Team coverage this afternoon. We want to get to Fox 12's Kelsey Watts, who joins us live now from Clark County with what we're learning following the deaths of the husband and wife. Kelsey?
Well, Wayne, we know they were both taken here to Peace Health Southwest early last week, where they were hospitalized in isolation. Then last night, they both passed away here.
It's just horrible.
Heartbreaking news in Clark County, Washington, where the county's first deaths from COVID-19 were announced Tuesday morning. Public health leaders say a husband and wife, both in their 80s, passed away at Peace Health Southwest Medical Center Monday night. An incredibly difficult situation for their family members, made even harder at a time when having a public memorial service may be impossible.
I couldn't imagine what the family is going through. I mean, it's tough enough to lose both your parents at one time. I can't imagine that. Plus, you know, there's restrictions on public gatherings right now, and it's got to be incredibly difficult for them.
Public health leaders say before coming to the hospital, the husband and wife were living in separate care centers, but did have contact with each other. The wife in a small adult family home that has not been publicly identified, where all of the other residents and staff are now considered close contacts. They've been quarantined and are being actively monitored for 2 weeks. The husband lived at Van Mall, an independent and assisted living facility in Northeast Vancouver with over 200 residents. Public health leaders say any close contacts there have also been identified and are being monitored under quarantine, but they won't publicly say how many people that may be. And because of patient privacy, they can't say whether either of them had any underlying health issues.
Just being in your 80s itself, in terms of this illness, is a risk factor.
A spokesperson for Leisure Care, the company that operates Van Mall, tells Fox 12 the husband was already out of the center and in the hospital when he was diagnosed, and no additional cases have been identified. In a statement, they say in part, "Our thoughts and prayers are with the family during this difficult time, as well as our staff who care deeply for each and every resident." Even before this, all of Leisure Care's 50 communities across the U.S. have been taking precautions like closing on-site restaurants, not allowing social visitors, canceling community activities, and sanitizing high-touch areas every 2 hours. Now, health leaders tell us that neither of these people had traveled recently to affected areas, so they are considered community transmission cases. The good news is none of their close contacts are showing any symptoms right now. But remember, there are still another 2 people here in Clark County recovering from COVID-19. One, a man in his 70s, is still hospitalized here at Peace Health. The other is a woman in her 40s who was a close contact of an Oregon case. She is recovering in isolation at home. Live in Vancouver, Kelsey Watts, Fox 12 Oregon.